back to another video. Today we are doing a top random movies sort of tier list video we got here. We just went on Letterboxd, used a random number generator, and picked out 12 random movies. Now this will probably be a shorter video, but we wanted to come in with something a little bit different here. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean it is a weird arrange of movies, but
In the end, it'll all make sense.
yeah, it's fine.
Alright, well, the first one, oh shit, I got this tab open over here. First one we got over here, oh shit, dropped my phone. Okay, the first one we got over here is Teen Titans, The Judas Contract. Now, I don't think you saw this one, did you?
No, I've never seen this.
Yeah, but this one is a DC animated movie, and it's pretty decent. A lot of DC animated movies, you kind of gotta like DC, because otherwise you might not enjoy them a whole lot. Like, they're not good intros into the world, really, but if you're into DC, then I would definitely recommend checking out this one. It was good. I watched it probably almost a year ago now, so I don't really remember it, but I remember enjoying it. So I'm going to give this one a B.
Yeah, I don't have a say in this, so I'll trust you on that. But I've seen a handful of DC movies or animated DC movies,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen all of them on HBO Max.
Yeah, I keep thinking every once in a while that I want to actually just go through and watch a good amount of those, because I know they have some sort of story at least, but
Yeah.
I've never checked it out. Alright, next we got here is Amsterdam. Now this movie sucked dick pretty much. It was long and it was boring. I'm assuming you didn't see this one either, did you?
No, I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, I guess if you like the actors, what is it, Margot Robbie, Christian Bale, right? Christian Bale, and yeah, what's that other guy that Denzel Washington's kid or whatever? But it's just a boring movie. It's not very interesting. It's really way too long, and that's all there really is to it. I think I got to give it a D, honestly.
It never caught my attention, so
Yeah. All right, next we got Drive. Now I have not seen this one, so this one's on you.
all right, this is a good movie. It's overhyped though, I would say. It is a good movie, but people give it too much credit. They say it's the perfect movie, but I can't give it an S, so I'd probably just give it an A.
All right. Solid A. Yeah, I never seen this one. I keep wanting to check out more Ryan Gosling movies, like Drive and Lars and the Real Girl is another one I wanted to check out, and Place Beyond the Pines as well.
Yeah, that's Drive and A Place Beyond the Pines are definitely my favorite Ryan Gosling movies.
Yeah, I never checked those movies out, but I always wanted to check out more Ryan Gosling stuff, so I might have to do that soon.
Yeah. I prefer Place Beyond the Pines. You should watch that as your next movie.
Yeah,
It's really
I can check
good.
that out. Yeah. What's it on? Do you know?
Um I forget what I watch it on. It's on something though.
Well, all right, I'll find it. And next we got The Flash. I think we both saw this one. The first one that
Yeah.
we both saw. This movie definitely was overhated. It wasn't
Yeah.
honestly that bad, but
I got a few laughs out of it.
yeah, and Michael Keaton, is that his name? I'm right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I just thought his first name wasn't Michael for some reason. But yeah, he is probably the best part of the movie. He's really good as
Yeah.
Batman. Going into it, I was worried oh, is he really gonna honestly be a good Batman after all this time or whatever?
Yeah, because he's getting really old
Yeah,
too.
and
He still had his retainer in one of the scenes, so you could hear his lisp. It was kind of funny.
yeah, but I was wary going into it, but he definitely gives a great performance. And that movie
Yeah.
was everyone said it was trash, but it was an all right movie. I can't say
If
it was really good, but it was all right.
Yeah, and I really like this show.
Yeah.
When I was younger, and I always found the Flash interesting, so that's probably why I liked it.
Yeah,
Like
same with me.
if you like the Flash humor, it's you'll find it funny, but
Yeah, definitely. But I almost felt bad laughing at it because
yeah, because of Ezra Miller.
yeah, exactly, exactly. There was some moments that actually made me laugh, and I was like, I feel like I shouldn't be laughing at this.
Yeah. like the baby scene, low key funny, but like it's Ezra Miller,
Yeah,
so
exactly. And Ezra Miller is like kind of a good actor,
yeah,
but
like he fits Barry Allen, and like I've seen a few other movies with him in it, and he's like pretty good.
yeah, he's kind of ruined his career and his life. That's kind of sad because
Yeah,
he definitely could have been pretty big and done some
yeah.
really good movies.
Too bad he's a shitty person.
Yeah, too bad about it, honestly. But I think this would probably be. What do you think?
Yeah, I give it a B.
And did you ever finish the Flash show? Like the last few seasons?
I made it to like season 7, and then I just watched the last episode of the of the show
It's
because
really not worth it. It's really not worth it.
yeah, it's really bad from what I could tell.
It was honestly such a painful thing to go through and
Like
watch.
I saw clips online of them with like weapons made out of their lightning. I was
Yeah,
so confused.
it was honestly terrible.
Yeah,
The
it
like
looked
the
really
start of
bad.
season 7, I think it was season 7, was like the first 3 episodes or so were low key like heat. And I was like, wait, was everyone wrong about this? And then as soon as it kept going, I realized that this show was just fucking terrible. They really ruined it. It was really, really good until probably season 5. Maybe you could argue season 6.
But that's just how CW shows are. They like
That's a
could start off
fact.
amazing, and then they just turn into shit. That happened with Arrow.
The
What else?
100.
The 100. Yeah, that show. That like I really hold that show like high
Yeah,
until the end. Like it was so good.
I
It reminded
ignored
me a
other
lot of my
seasons.
favorite game, Fallout, and then it just completely ruins it.
Yeah.
Like it's not even the same show anymore.
Yeah, they really did bad on that one. That like
Yeah.
I like the first few seasons of the 100 are like honestly masterpiece level, like
Yeah,
really
like
really good.
there are some like cringe lines like but it
Of
is an
course.
older show
Yeah, I
like
mean,
2013, so
you just gotta skip past that. I mean,
yeah.
and Roderick's in that show.
Yeah, like that's why I continue to watch it. Like Roderick was in it.
Yeah, and at the end, I mean, not to spoil the show for anyone watching 100, but in the end, that bitch just kills Bellamy.
Yeah.
Just
Like
shoots
my
him
favorite like a fan favorite,
like for nothing.
the pretty much the main character,
Yeah,
like the
shot
second
dead,
main
and that's it.
character. Yeah.
Such a disappointing end. That show really, that's just disappointing. But anyways,
Yeah.
besides that, let's move on to the next movie. We got Soul, and I think Soul's easily gonna be our first S tier right here.
Yeah,
Soul,
like this is such a beautiful movie.
yeah,
Like the story wise and visually, it's just beautiful.
yeah. You could even argue might be one of Pixar's best movies ever. This
Yeah,
Soul, if you
this
haven't seen it, is a must watch.
like this and Inside Out are probably their two best
Yeah,
movies. Newer movies, I guess. Like
yeah.
because Cars is fire, of course, but
Ratatouille's fire.
Ratatouille's a classic. Yeah,
Like like Pixar nowadays is kind of falling off, and it's sad to see because they were such a massive powerhouse back in the day,
yeah.
and they
Like
were
banger
innovating
after
so much.
banger.
But it's just like a new world of animation that's like starting to blossom, like the Spider Verse, like the Puss in Boots, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like there's like a almost a renaissance of animation happening, and
Yeah,
Pixar is falling behind hard in it, and it's definitely taking a toll.
yeah. But like Soul isn't even that old. When did it come out? 2019.
2019, 2018, somewhere right around there.
Yeah, and I would say like I haven't seen any Pixar movies since then, I don't think.
Low key. I mean, I watched Elemental, which was actually pretty good, but I saw that a lot of people hated that one. But I thought that was actually a pretty decent story, besides for a couple of cringe lines here and there, things like that. But
I mean, what are you gonna do about it? It's like a newer Pixar movie, so
yeah. And I haven't even bothered watching a lot of them because, like, I've
yeah,
just heard such bad things. But yeah, hopefully they can make a comeback at some point. But that all you can do is hope right now.
yeah,
All right, next we got Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Now, I have seen this movie, but I was probably just like 5, 6, 7, like somewhere in that area. So I don't
yeah.
remember this movie at all.
I come to like I watch it every now and then, and it's a good watch. Like it's a classic,
Yeah.
but
I
it's like not the best movie in the world.
Yeah, it's
It's
definitely
just
a
like
movie I need to rewatch though.
yeah, it's just like one of those movies you can put on like just like watch it,
Yeah.
not have to pay attention really.
Like this is one of the like if you're talking like Mount Rushmore of classics type of thing, this makes a lot of people's list.
Yeah. And one thing I didn't know until recently, before Vince Gilligan casted Bryan Cranston, he was planning on casting like the Ferris Bueller actor.
Who is it? Is that Michael J. Fox? Or no, that's Back to the
No,
Future.
that's
This is Matthew
Marty.
Broderick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I just mixed them up. But yeah, imagine that. He wouldn't have done as good though.
No, I don't think so.
Bryan Cranston is the perfect casting for that. He always
Yeah.
will be.
Was Vince Gilligan going for like a funny type of character to like be evil? Because Bryan Cranston was known for Malcolm in the
Uh,
Middle, and that's pretty much it at the time.
you just cut out. I have no idea what you just said.
Ah, shit. Um, I was just, I was saying, I wonder if Vince Gilligan was going for like trying to get a funny actor and like turning him into like Walter White, because
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston like was known for Malcolm in the Middle, and he played like a funny character.
Loki, I think that probably is what he's doing. Like the same as like when Adam Sandler was in Punch Drunk Love or whatever. Like I feel
Yeah,
like the person behind the scenes just saw the potential in what the person could do and definitely did that. I think so. Yeah.
yeah.
Where are we
I
putting
would
Ferris
probably,
Bueller here?
I'd probably put it A.
A. All right.
Yeah,
It's definitely one I need to rewatch because it's been forever. Same with this next movie right here, Empire Strikes Back. Haven't watched it since I was probably 11 or 12.
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I've rewatched like as we got here later on Revenge of the Sith. I rewatched those movies and the newer movies, but for whatever reason I just skipped the old ones. And I need to go back and actually watch them because I remember loving them when I was a kid.
They are great. Like prequels, like they get a lot of hate, but now they're getting the love that they deserve. I feel like
Yeah.
because they are like masterpieces in my opinion. Yeah, like they are a little janky, but this like story and like the world building, it's all perfect.
Uh,
But the originals, like they just had such soul. Like I
Yeah,
don't
and
know,
it was
they were so
unique
good.
and it
Yeah,
changed everything, really.
yeah,
Like undeniably it changed everything.
yeah.
This movie, I don't know if we were talking about even the second movie. What's the second movie? Do you remember? It's Empire Strikes Back, then what? Then Return of the Jedi. What is it?
It's A New Hope, and then Empire, and then
Oh,
Return of the
Empire's
Jedi.
the second one?
Yeah,
Oh, I keep thinking Empire's the first one. So it's A New Hope, then Empire, then Return of the Jedi. Got it. See, I
yeah,
mixed those up. Then okay, I'm thinking about this differently then, because that movie was really good. I was thinking if it's the first movie, I don't know if I give it an S because I think that movie's probably an A tier. That first movie, it's like a
yeah,
great introduction, but I wouldn't call it a perfect movie.
yeah.
But
And like it was just like you said, an introduction, and George Lucas didn't really know what he was doing with this
yeah,
story yet. And like the episode two is, or the second movie is definitely more thought out
yeah,
and
it's
like
a big step up, definitely.
yeah.
I
And I think it's objectively the best Star Wars movie. Like I
I
think
don't
a lot
know.
of people think that. My favorite is Revenge of the Sith, but
Yeah.
I feel like Empire is like objectively the best
I know
movie.
that's what everyone says, but even out of like the original series, I always pick Return of the Jedi over Empire. Like
I
Return,
I I personally like that one better. It's like more fun
yeah,
with Jabba's palace, and like the ending is so good.
yeah. Like I, I don't fully understand why people hold Empire so highly. Like I get it; it's a really really good movie, but
And that's when you find out like
yeah,
Vader is Luke's father, and that was like the biggest like thing in movies at the time.
yeah. I just feel. I mean, I think I'm also just a little bit biased when it comes to like the finale of something. I always consider it like the best because I just think of it as like the whole thing together almost. So
Yeah.
like I always tend to like the finale of something more if it's like a trilogy or something. Like it was the same for Lord of the. Actually, was it the same for Lord of the Rings? I'm not sure. But for The Hobbit, it definitely was. I think the last one was the Battle of the Five Armies, and that movie was pretty good.
I haven't seen it since like it like maybe a year after it came out. It's been a long time.
Yeah, like just a while ago, like close to a year probably. I watched all through all the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbits, and then the Lord of the Rings, and that's the best trilogy. Lord of the Rings is easily the best trilogy. It's better than Star Wars. It's better than Star Trek. I know Star Trek's not even a trilogy, but it's better than all those shits.
Yeah, I remember really liking those movies, and I wouldn't like disagree with you there. I do want to rewatch them because it has been a while, like both Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Yeah.
But I would say like I'd agree with you.
Yeah, like the perfect adaptation of that book. Like it's just perfect. Those movies are perfect. They did an
Yeah,
amazing job.
perfect casting too.
Yeah, perfect casting, perfect story. Like it's just perfect. I consider those all perfect movies, every single one of them. Besides The
Yeah.
Hobbit, but I'm talking about the original Lord of the Rings. But I mean, that's we're completely distracted. Either way, Empire Strikes Back is probably an S tier for me, even though I probably would put Return of the Jedi over it.
I agree with that though. It's an S tier.
All right, and then next we got Bad Santa 2.
I love this movie.
I think I've seen like clips, but I've definitely not seen this movie before.
Like it's not as good as the first one, but as far as sequels go, it's a really good sequel.
Yeah, I've never seen either of these movies. I don't know nothing about them, so I have nowhere. I have no idea where we should place this on the board here.
Um, I mean, like, there's nothing much to say about it. Maybe if it was Christmas time, but
Yeah, we're a little bit
I,
past the season.
yeah, I'd give it a B.
All right, solid B. Next we got Eternals, which did you see this one? You didn't, right?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, this one was. I think it was overhated. Like I thought some of the visuals were pretty good. Like they did a really good job. I thought some of the story and the landscape and everything was interesting, but overall it was a pretty boring movie. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep at the very end for like a few minutes. It's just kind of boring, but I think it was an all right movie, and if they do another Eternals, I think it could be really good if they do it right.
I
Uh,
gotta get caught up with Marvel
yeah,
movies.
I stopped watching them honestly. They got bad, and I
Yeah,
just didn't want to even watch them. I think the last or the newest one that I watched was probably what the No Way Home, right? Or Multiverse of
Gar-
Madness. Oh,
Guardians, I think.
Guardians 3. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I barely even consider that Marvel, honestly.
yeah, because like it's in the same universe, yeah, but it's its own storyline.
Yeah, and that's probably why Guardians is so much better than everything else.
Yeah, because that's how Marvel used to be. Like, yeah, they were connected, but it was like still their own story. But now, like, you have to watch like every other Marvel movie to know what's going on.
Yeah, literally. It's just and especially now that there's just more and more movies coming out. It's like if you want to get into it, it's so much harder to do it. Because you're
Yeah,
sitting here thinking, okay, well, let me see what I gotta watch. I want to be able to watch it in order, or whatever. And then you see that you gotta sit through 40 fucking movies, and you're like, but
yeah,
I kind of want to watch this newest one that came out. Well, I guess I gotta wait, otherwise I won't know what the fuck's going on. It's just it's sad because Marvel, once again, it's the same thing with how Pixar was, what we were talking about earlier. They were such a powerhouse, but like they're falling behind now. Like it's like what Pixar did. They found this formula and it worked really really good, but now there's this renaissance going on around them and they're just kind of ignoring it and not getting anywhere.
yeah. It's unfortunate too. Like they made like quality movies
Yeah,
back in the day. Like Iron Man, that's a 5 star to me. Like
I
the
know.
story to that is so good.
And I know someone like Martin Scorsese has even said like he doesn't consider superhero movies cinema, and like I agree on a level, but that's like when he says that, like he's thinking of like the newest Marvel shit, and that's
Yeah,
right. But like the old shit, like Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, the original
yeah.
Thor,
Like
Captain
Captain
America,
America is definitely a good
all
one. Yeah,
all of them, like they were
like
doing
they,
really good. Those were proper movies and they were
yeah.
really good.
And with Iron Man, like that, like if like that could actually happen is a thing. Like if there was like a playboy billy or millionaire like going to the Middle East selling weapons to them,
Yeah,
like that would happen. Like
literally. Like this is something probably in 30 years I wouldn't be surprised if we see.
yeah,
Like it's just going to take the right person to do it. And hopefully Marvel will eventually learn, because just because they're superheroes doesn't mean it's not an experience, doesn't mean it's not cinema. It's just becoming this like stigmatized thing, and they're starting to not want to make superhero movies because of it, and it's like they're just not realizing things that should be going on, and it's like creating a divide. And of course I love watching just movies in general, but sometimes there's something about a superhero movie that just hits different, and they just don't make them how they used to, and that's really just the truth. Something like the Suicide Squad, the newest one, gives me like hope that things can be good, and I've heard really good
yeah,
things about the production of the Thunderbolts movie, which I'm pretty hyped about. But like all in all, it's just kind of sad, really.
yeah. And with the DCU getting like restarted or whatever, rebooted, like I had hope with that and James Gunn being the director of like the
Yeah.
new movies. But Blue Beetle I heard was really bad, so I didn't even check it out. So that
Blue
kind of
Yeah, Blue Beetle, I did watch that movie and I thought it was pretty decent. I didn't understand a lot of the hate. I understood that was kind of I guess your basic superhero like origin story type of movie in that way, but I feel like it had its own uniqueness in like the culture of the character, I feel like. And they had definitely a few funny moments in there and I liked it, and I think where the character goes next could be good, but a lot of people don't see that and they don't give things a chance. They just say
and
this wasn't good, I don't care.
Blue Beetle isn't really a known character
Yeah.
either. Like I know him from like Young Justice and Batman the Brave and the Bold, like a game
Yeah.
on the Wii.
Yeah. And in Young Justice, that's also where I learned about that character of Blue Beetle. And
Yeah, and he's
he's
one of my
good.
favorites in
Yeah,
season 2.
he's really good. The character of Blue
Yeah.
Beetle is a really good character. And like that's why I was hyped for the movie, because like, oh shit, they're actually making a Blue Beetle movie. And
Yeah, and it looked good. Like the
yeah,
trailer looked good. Like this, the CGI for the suit looked good.
yeah, the visuals were definitely good. I was a little bit like out of everything. Of course, that's really what I was worried about going into the movie. But the CGI and the effects were all pretty decent on that movie. But anyways, we got on a massive tangent there.
Yeah.
But I put Eternals at C. And then we got Brothers up here next. Now I have watched part of this movie, probably more than half, but I have never finished it. So I don't. I mean, I could help rank it, but I think it's mainly
Yeah.
gonna be up to you here.
The movie really like is kind of slow and up until the end,
Yeah, I got
where
that
like
feeling.
everything goes down. Like everything happens so fast when it's at the end.
Yeah, it kind of gives that feel that's just building to something the whole time. I just didn't make it to that point.
Yeah, and the ending is good, but I it is it is a longer movie, right? Or maybe not.
I'm
But
not sure
still, like
honestly.
even if it is like a shorter movie, like an hour and a half, that's still a long time to wait for
Yeah,
for the resolution to be like at the very end.
yeah. I feel like there sometimes those types of movies can be interesting, but sometimes they could also lose you along the way. I feel like almost it kind of depends on the type of person you are sometimes, and like how you
Yeah,
approach movies and watch them and everything. But what I watched of Brothers, if I were to rewatch it, like I have a completely different movie mindset than I did probably like a couple of years ago. So if I were to rewatch it, I think I would be able to sit through it and enjoy it and appreciate it. But like you said, it's kind of slow, and I just didn't make it all the way through it for whatever reason I had at the time.
The cast is good though. It has Tobey Maguire, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Natalie Portman.
Yeah,
All good actors.
Tobey Maguire is great. I've never seen like a whole lot of his stuff besides probably like Spider-Man. Really, honestly, I'm trying to think of like other movies I've seen him in, but I can't really.
I know I have. I just can't think of what I've seen him in.
Yeah, I mean like he's got to be in other stuff.
Yeah,
Where are you putting this one over here?
I'd probably put it in B.
All right, put it in B, right next to Bad Santa. All right, next we got Revenge of the Sith. I think this is a perfect Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
The story, the choreographed the fights, and everything is all amazing. There's like like endless amounts of iconic lines and iconic shots and everything. Like this is, I think, a perfect Star Wars movie.
yeah, and this is like George Lucas's masterpiece.
Yeah, like it's just like it shows what it could have been, almost like
Yeah,
what things could have been.
what he wanted to be like
Yeah,
back then too.
it's like he
this
just
is
didn't
this
have
is
the
what he
resources back then.
exactly, yeah, and then like when he did what he could and
Yeah.
like made these.
Yeah, this Revenge of the Sith is a great movie.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I probably would put this in S tier. I don't know about you, but this, I think if I had to pick my favorite Star Wars movie, it would probably be this one, and that's also
Yeah, I agree.
because of the age I am. I'm 18. I grew up with these movies.
Yeah,
It's,
this like it came out the year we were born.
yeah,
So
exactly. Like, and this shit was sick. And Hayden Christensen is an amazing actor, and so is Ewan McGregor. Like,
yeah.
but Hayden Christensen, of course, steals the entire show. Like, he gives a perfect Anakin performance. Like,
Yeah.
whenever anyone thinks of Anakin, you always think of Hayden Christensen. Like,
Yeah, and people hate on how they changed the Force Ghost in the last one from like the original Anakin actor to Hayden Christensen, but like
he is Anakin.
yeah, I
There,
agree.
there is no other Anakin. He did a perfect job. He was the perfect casting. Like literally, that's all you can say about it. There's like not a lot of times when someone is a perfect cast, and he's like a perfect cast for that.
Yeah.
It's the same with like probably Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man. Like that's a perfect cast.
Yeah.
Like
Like I can't think of a bad like actor or like a bad casting
yeah,
in Revenge of the Sith.
like this movie is fantastic. And of course,
Yeah.
we're talking about all this Star Wars stuff. If anyone hasn't seen Star Wars, of course you gotta check it out. I know we've
Yeah.
been kind of recommending movies here and there, but like Revenge of the Sith is once again a must watch. I mean, but if you're gonna watch Revenge of the Sith, you gotta watch all the other movies. But
Yeah.
the thing is, that's what Star Wars does different. Like you don't care if you have to watch through all the movies because it's a really good, engaging, completely tied in story. Same with Lord of the Rings. Like you just want to keep seeing the next part. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Cuz like
it's actually done well.
yeah, like and it resolves well, so like there's no cliffhanger at the end really. Well, I don't really count the sequels as part of that whole
Yeah.
saga because that kind of like ruins the whole like ending of the original like
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, the Palpatine returning and stuff. Like when I watched the newer movies before, like I didn't pay attention to the story really. I was just kind of I saw like the visual effects and shit, and I was like, that looks
Yeah.
good. I like that, and that's really it. But then on a rewatch, I actually paid attention, and those movies aren't good. I mean,
Yeah.
you can say there are good moments in them, like in the Last Jedi. There's like that one of the probably you could argue one of the better scenes in all of Star Wars, that red room scene. That
Yeah,
shit
that-
is really good. That's fire. Like you
Like it
can't-
looks so good. The
Yeah.
only thing about it is that like it wasn't choreographed well, so like
Yeah.
people were like swinging at nothing, but still like it looked good.
like you can like like if you're going for top choreographed fights, like you could put that in like probably your top 10 list, top 5 list, depending on what.
Yeah.
Like it's a good scene, even if the rest of the movie isn't. Like
Yeah.
there's good moments in them, but a lot of times it just turns out disappointing, like a lot of these other things do.
Like I don't hate The Force Awakens. It's not bad. It's just they could have done a lot of things better.
Yeah, definitely.
And
That's
then
like the thing, like you did this, but you could have just done so much better.
yeah.
And like they didn't even need to make those movies either. Like it was so long after, like it didn't need to happen.
Yeah.
And if you were really gonna do that, you had to make it good, and they made it bad, and that killed the fan base. Like nobody cares about Star Wars anymore.
Yeah.
Like you
That's
have
so
your diehard
unfortunate.
Star Wars fans, and that's it. Like you don't. That's literally it,
Yeah.
because that killed their fan base. Like nobody
And they're
cares.
still making like
Shit
content.
movies. They're still
Yeah.
making shit shows. They're
And
still making
yeah.
shit movies. Like it's terrible. Like Star Wars is ruined. Like after George Lucas sold it, it was dead right away.
Yeah, because no one else can capture what was in his head, how
Yeah.
he imagined Star Wars.
Exactly. Like it's it's terrible. It's
Yeah.
just really upsetting that it turned out the way it did. You never want it to be like, because you can, like, if you're a person who sees the potential, you see all the things that this could have been, and then it was just this bullshit instead.
Yeah.
Anyway, next movie, we got Due Date. Now, Due Date is low key a banger. It's a great
Yeah.
comedy movie. It's
It's just
Robert
pretty
Downey
much a
Jr. is that
continuation of Hangover.
Low
Like,
key, yeah. It's kind of like a Hangover movie.
yeah, just with Robert Downey Jr. in it.
Yeah. But like this movie was funny. Like I watched it a while ago by now. I don't really remember it. I mean, like this list is, as you can tell, it's just a bunch of random shit. We picked that random.
Yeah, I think we watched it like at your house.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. But that
Yeah.
movie was funny. Like,
Yeah.
and I always see on Letterboxd, I don't know if we ever talked about this before or not, but like they always rate comedy movies lower. And
Yeah.
it's like, because a lot of the people on that app are low-key little snobby douches. And
I know, just because it's not like a compelling story that makes
Yeah.
you cry doesn't mean it's a bad movie.
Like, it's about how much you enjoy it. And like, I
Yeah.
enjoyed Due Date. Like, it was a funny, I'm pretty sure I checked when I was, like, when we were picking the movies. It has like a 2.8 average. I gave it like a 4 star.
That's crazy.
Like, it's a good, funny movie. Like, if you're just like late at night, let's say you're smoking weed, you're just doing whatever the fuck, you're just chilling at night, this is a great movie to put on. It's like
Yeah.
one of the type of movies that's like a low-key banger most people haven't heard about, and it's just like this random type of hit, but it's good. I definitely recommend it. I think I put this one probably A tier.
Yeah, I would put that there too. Like,
And like you were kind of saying, like it's not like this crazy compelling story. It's about this guy's trying to get to his like wife, so she gives birth when she gives birth on time or whatever, so he doesn't miss it, whatever it is.
yeah.
But like I didn't care about that. I enjoyed like the funny moments and the things that were going on, because that in the end that's what it was about.
Yeah.
Like the other thing was like a side plot. That's what like a lot of those people don't understand on Letterboxd, is these comedy movies, like the point is the comedy. They don't care that much about the story. The story is like kind of a way for them to make jokes.
And like I like the like kind of random dynamic between the two.
Yeah. It's definitely very random. Like Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr. is random as hell, but it works really good.
Yeah.
All right, and next for the last one we had 12 movies here. So the last movie we have is Bullet Train. Did you see that? Yeah, you did, right?
Yeah, I did.
This movie was really good. I saw it in theater, and in theater was a different experience. On rewatching it, I still really liked it, but it definitely didn't hit the exact same way. But seeing it when it first came out in theaters, this movie blew me away. I thought it was great. It almost made me cry even when the Tangerine or whoever the one guy died.
Oh yeah, that
Like-
was sad.
Like it was it's like a just kind of a goofy movie, but like it just feels like it
Yeah.
works so well.
And I like seeing Brad Pitt in a comedy too.
Yeah, and the cast is really good. Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brad Pitt, like Brian Robinson. I don't know if that's his name, but he's also in Eternals, I'm pretty sure, and Atlanta. But like the whole Thomas the Train thing, like that's funny. I know some people thought that was
Yeah.
annoying, but that shit was funny. But yeah, I like this movie. I'd probably give it high A, maybe even S.
I would probably just give it an A,
I'll put it at the top of A.
but yeah, top A.
But yeah, here's our list. Overall, for movies you should check out. Just ignore everything below or below B, pretty much. Like C and D, just
Yeah.
fuck those two movies. But these other ones like Soul, Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith, those are all must watches. Bullet Train, Drive, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Due Date, all really good watches. Of course, I haven't even seen Drive, but yeah, I pretty much recommend all these. I mean, if you like movies, check them out. There's no reason to not check something out, even if it really
Yeah.
is bad, honestly. So, I mean, that's it. You got anything else to say?
No, not really. I'd say that's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, alright, guys, that's been the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, all that kind of bullshit, and we'll see you in the
Yeah.
next video.
Yeah, see you guys.